Danny Escobedo goes to jail.
Mm-hmm.
In
Okay.
1960, a young Chicagoan, Danny Escobedo, was given a 20-year jail sentence for first-degree murder.
Okay. Yes. In 1960, a young Chicagoan, you
Oh,
know,
Chicagoan? Oh, yeah.
yes, Chicagoan, Danny Escobedo was given a 20-year jail sentence for first degree murder. Uh, so why don't we have years after 20?
Because of being an adjective.
Very good, yes. Jail sentence, so it was a kind of imprisonment, but not life imprisonment for first
Yeah.
degree murder. Okay, continue.
Danny had confessed to complicity in the killing of his brother-in-law after the police had refused to allow him to see his lawyer.
Hmm. Okay, so when you confess something or make a confession, it means that
It means that you admit to doing something.
yes, you admit that you have done something,
Yeah,
something wrong. Complicity in the killing or liquidation or execution of his brother-in-law after pay attention to this structure after somebody has done, again, actually it refers to the hierarchy or sequential order of two things happening in the past, you know
uh,
so at first the police uh, refuses to do something, refuses to allow him to see his lawyer, and then after that, actually, let me see, uh, he confessed.
oh yeah. It's two steps in the past, and one of them is in the past, and the other one is uh,
Before
this.
that,
Yeah, before that.
both of them are in the past, but one is before
Exactly.
another.
Exactly.
Hmm. Okay.
Actually, Danny was tricked into blaming a friend or for the liquidation of his sister's husband,
Hmm.
thereby establishing himself as an accomplice.
Yes, actually, Danny was tricked into blaming a friend for the liquidation of his sister's husband, thereby establishing himself as an accomplice. So, tricked here means
Deceive.
deceive, yes. So, for the liquidation of sister-in-law, thereby, as a result of that, you can say establishing
Yeah,
himself as an accomplice. Okay, please.
and it should be followed by a gerund, yeah.
Gerund, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Mhm.
Okay.
You can
Despite the
say
fact that
hence.
yeah,
Okay, hence. With the same structure, if it is followed by a gerund, actually it means as a result of that.
and I think we can omit thereby as well. For example, we can say Danny was tricked into blaming a friend for the liquidation of his sister's husband, comma, establishing himself as an
Yes,
accomplice. Yeah.
yes, yes. But with the addition of thereby, it is more accurate and it's, I think, much better.
Yeah. Uh, and after that, despite
Despite. Mhm.
the fact that Danny later recanted his confession, he was found culpable and jailed.
Yes. The fact that Danny later on recanted his confession, he was found culpable and jailed.
Yeah. Danny had been stereotyped as an
Mm-hmm.
hoodlum,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody raised an eyebrow over the hapless felon's trouble.
Mm-hmm. Uh, a hoodlum means
A gangster or a criminal person.
yes, a young, particularly young culprit, and um, yeah, criminal, but particularly young. He was stereotyped as a hoodlum, and nobody raised an eyebrow. So it means that this idiom means.
It means that nobody was surprised or nobody was,
Mhm,
let's say, inspired or
mhm. Yeah, nobody was sharing sympathy with him, and
yeah.
because he was uh, infamous, an infamous, let's say, criminal and notorious criminal, over the hapless, miserable felon or criminal troubles. Okay, so I have a question here in this section.
I know that pro, proceeding on the premise that Booker was guilty of complicity in the swindle, the detective followed him surreptitiously.
Hmm. Proceeding on the premise, it means on the foundation or ground that the broker or what can you
Uh,
say?
a stockbroker, somebody who is
Yes.
invest some money in a business to get some profit.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Stockholder, you can say, and was guilty of or was accused of complicity in the swindle. Swindle means
Swindle refers to a situation in which somebody gets money by deceiving somebody else or a group of people.
mm-hmm. What if you just ask somebody to give you under duress? What do you call it?
Could you repeat your question? I didn't get it.
If somebody gives you some money under duress, it means by using force. So you force somebody to give them your money. So it's called blackmail or bully.
Oh,
We
okay,
had
I
it in the
remember.
previous session. Swindling means actually deceiving a person, cheating a person, you know. You don't need to use force, but if
Oh,
you use force, it is blackmailing or bullying or twisting somebody's
oh,
arms.
yeah.
Yeah. The detective followed him surreptitiously means
Secretly, or
stealthily, yes.
yeah,
hmm Clandestinely. Okay.
yeah. And this
So,
time is the British form, yeah.
British, yes, British. hmm Okay,
And just a second.
all right.
Okay. After the liquidation of the gang leader, a mammoth conflict, a mammoth in the first
Mammoth.
a mammoth,
hmm
a mammoth conflict aroused among his ambitious uh, lieutenants or lieutenants who aspired,
Lieutenant American,
yeah, and lieutenant is
British.
British,
hmm
who aspired to be boss.
Yes. After the liquidation of the gang leader, a mammoth conflict arose, not arouse, no, arose among his ambitious lieutenants who aspired to be boss. Uh, arose is the simple past of arise, which is which is an intransitive verb. Arouse, actually, aroused. This is a transitive verb, so they are different. And
Could you
mhm.
say the second verb that you mentioned, please?
Arouse, arouse. You know, arouse, aroused, and they are transitive verbs. As a matter of fact, it is transitive verb.
Yeah, but arise and ar- arise and This
Arise,
is
arose, arisen. This is intransitive. As we have it here, conflict arise.
yeah,
Yeah. Monkeys ambitious lieutenants who aspire. No, it doesn't mean servant. It means actually a person who is below a very high rank, or let's say high position, not in military services or position, military forces. And actually, he or she could be a deputy. It means that just under that position or below that position, and if the authority or president of a company or any kind of institution actually faces some problems and they can no longer be in authority, the lieutenant just takes their place and actually is in charge.
yeah,
So deputy, or you can say.
yeah.
Okay, so the lieutenant who aspire to means
Aspire to me, it means to be motivated enough to be the boss.
yes. A mammoth means mammoth.
A gigantic one.
Yes,
There was a word,
mhm.
Yugichuan, something like
Gargantual.
yeah, gargantuan.
Yeah, gargantuan. Yes, or gigantic. Yeah. Conflict, or let's say friction. Yeah. All right. If you don't have any question, please proceed.
Sure. Once the incontrovertible evidence was offered, the servant was held culpable in the theft of the jewels. Theft,
Theft.
okay. Theft. Yeah.
Jewels. Okay. The incontrovertible evidence means.
Something that is indisputable, something that is completely right.
Yes, unquestionable evidence was so tangible piece of evidence was offered. The servant was held culpable or reprehensible, or let's say guilty, accused, or he was a convict in the theft or stealing of the gems or jewels. Please.
Okay. And when the clergyman refused to recant, his superiors were so nettled that they relegated him to an isolated parish in Alaska.
Nettled with, it means.
When somebody is nettled by something, it means that he's annoyed. He's getting annoyed, for example, because of something or as an outcome of some happening.
Right. So, what did the establishment do to that clergyman? Yes, to that clergyman, as a retribution or punishment.
Mhm.
What did they do?
They sent him to Alaska.
And relegate means.
Yeah, it means that to lower
Mm-hmm.
the level or the rank of
Right.
a person in for example, profession or in a society or something.
Yes, and you said isolated. I think in American English it is isolated. But let me see.
Isolate.
Isolate.
Yeah, it is isolate.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
You're welcome. Let me see. And parish means.
Parish means the area that the priest is responsible for.
Mm-hmm.
Although he was judged as a minor accomplice,
Minors.
minor accomplice, the driver had actually played an integral part in planning the crime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although he was judged as a minor accomplice, the driver had actually played an integral.
Okay, complicity refers to partnership in wrongdoing.
Mm-hmm.
Liquidation refers to disposal of, killing,
Mm-hmm.
and accomplice is matched with an associate in crime,
Right.
and a recant refers to withdraw the previous statements,
Mm-hmm.
and culpable actually has the same meaning as deserving blame.
Yes, or blameworthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wool gathering,
Mm-hmm.
it means absent mindedness or daydreaming.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, absent minded as an adjective refers to this statement that something is likely, somebody is forgetful. Uh, He's likely
Yes.
to forget everything.
Yes, his mind is like a sieve.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When you
We had
put
a memo.
something,
Yeah.
actually, it just disappears.
Yeah. We have an idiom as his memory is similar to, he has a memory as a sieve. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. A memory like a sieve.
Yeah. And daydreaming is close to wishful thinking, right?
Yes, precisely. Yeah, fantasy, kind of fantasy uh, that is not, let's say, clear-mindedness.
Yeah.
The person is not conscious, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the sentence?
And when the young genius should have been doing his homework, he was frequently engaged in wool
Mm-hmm.
gathering.
Yes. Thank you.